Hello and welcome to this episode of Creating with Howcraft. My name is Denise Shesback-Moore with howcraftcollection.com. Today I'm going to be showing you how to create my blooming rings. These rings are created using painted zinc alloy metal charm beads. These beads have just been added to the website, and 4mm silver plated rounds. A complete list of the jewelry making supplies and beads along with printable PDF instructions can be found on howcraftcollection.com. Search blooming rings. The tools we will be using for this project will be wire cutters, crimping pliers, 2 pairs of chain nose pliers, and if you have a ring mandrel handy, that would be great. You don't necessarily need it for this project. We are going to cut about 6 inches of 22 gauge wire, and then we're just going to kind of bend the wire into a circle. And then we're going to pick one of our painted zinc alloy metal charms. I picked this pretty green one, and we're just going to pass it onto the wire. And for this particular ring, I'm going to do a size 5. A size 5 is 14 4mm silver plated round beads. So we're going to string 7 on each side. On the website, there is a kind of a cheat sheet for ring sizes. So if you go to the website, howcraftcollection.com, you can search blooming rings and the cheat sheet will be on there. So we just put 7 on this side. And now we're going to string 7 4mm silver plated rounds on the other side. So that's 5, 6, 7. We're going to grab a size 3 crimp tube. We're going to string that crimp tube, and we're going to cross the wires. And then we're going to bring the crimp tube and 1 bead up on one side. And then we're going to bring another bead up on the other side. And then we're going to grab our chain nose pliers. We're just going to bend that one side up and bend the other side up. Kind of holds it in place. Now we're going to place 1 pair of chain nose pliers on one side, 1 on the other, and we're going to pull. Now we're coming in with our crimping pliers. We're going to use the second hole. So we're going to place that right in there. And then we're going to squeeze that nice and tight down. And it forms a little groove. We're going to turn it to the side. We're going to go to the first hole. And we are going to crimp it down. And see how the crimp folded right there. At this point, you now have 2 options. You can rely on the crimp to hold the wire, and you can trim the wires right here. Or what I like to do is just like to go in, and I just want to wrap that wire around 1 time. And then using my wire cutters, I'm going to come in and trim that end, tap that down, and we're going to do the same thing on the other side. We're just going to wrap that wire around once. That way we know that the ring is nice and sturdy and the crimp won't fail. We're going to come back in with our chain nose pliers and tap that wire down. Now we're going to come back in and we're going to grab a crimp cover. This cover, I went back in and I opened it a little bit wider because these can be a little tricky to put on the ring. So I just open it. If you open it a little bit wider, they're easier to put on. So I snap that on, and then I'm just going to come in with my chain nose pliers, and I'm just going to push the bead together. And you can use your ring mandrel, and you can put it back on here, slide it down to make it nice and round. Goes right to a 5. And that is our super cute blooming rings. Here's another option. This particular painted zinc alloy metal charm has 2 loops on the back. So you just repeat the process 2 times. You could also use different stone beads as the center bead, which would be really cute. If you're watching this video on YouTube, please like and subscribe. Our YouTube channel is Howcraft USA. Leave us a comment. Let us know what you think of the rings. If you're watching on IGTV on Instagram, please follow us at Howcraft Collection Beads. And be sure to visit howcraftcollection.com for all your jewelry making needs. We have a design inspiration library with really fun projects. Every week we add a new sale to the website. Beads are added weekly. So be sure to visit howcraftcollection.com.